What's up with you? For today's video, with a full useless item and ability combination team. So I'll be deliberately giving Pokemon an ability and an item which are redundant and completely useless, right? So for example, I'll be giving a Cloyster loaded dice, which was skilling, because that means it's completely useless item because skilling already does that job. So I picked 6 Pokemon with the new items and I put them on team, and I hope you enjoy. First battle here, this one is on the Pokeball. This one is against Tugger, and we have a Spidops lead. Now I've got 4 battles today with this team, and it's an absolute banger of a video. So Spidops probably is going to go for a sticky web here. I've got a Curse Protect Infestation Disable set, and it's a bit of a troll. So we've got Max Health and Max Speed, Jolly Nature. I've got the ability Clear Body, and I've got Clear Amulet. So Clear Amulet basically does the same as Clear Body, and it prevents those stat changes from being dropped. So I'm going to be going for Infestation here. I just wanted to see what Spidops was going to be able to do to me after trapping in, and it's going to go for Memento. So I'm like, this is good, right? Because I've got Clear Body, so that Memento drop is not going to affect me at all. Not that it was really going to affect me too much because I was running like a curse set, but it still was pretty funny. Now, also, I haven't uploaded for a couple of days, people. I've been busy with stream stuff, plus I've been busy doing this team as well. So if you're hyped for the return of the uploads, make sure you hit that like button there, support the channel, and that's the Spidops too. So next Pokemon is going to be Jian Power. So this is a very, very scary Pokemon, and I'm going to try and get a curse off here. So Dragapult's going to put that curse on the Jian Power, which is good. I really wasn't sure what I was going to do to this, and then it went for Sword Dance. So I'm thinking, oh, this is bad. So it's got a Sword Dance up. It's got an amazing ability, amazing attack stat as well, great speed. And I'm thinking, well, I'm going to have to stall this out as much as possible. So I went for Attack here to try and get an extra layer of that curse going. And then I guess I'll just faint. So they used Ice Spin. I was like, I'm going to go for Disable here and disable the Ice Spinner. That way, when Jian Power uses this turn, it won't be able to do it. So going for Disable there on the Ice Spinner, hoping that it used it. I'm sure that it would. And it used it, and it got disabled, so it didn't work, stalling out another turn here. So the salt levels are, just starting to rise a little bit. So I was thinking to myself, well, I may as well just go for Infestation here, and the curse is going to be able to take it out. So on this turn, right, they went for Sword Dance. So did they have nothing to hit me with, or did they predict another Protect? I think they predicted me to go for another Protect. I think it might have lived on 1 health with the curse damage there. But regardless, the Jian Power is down completely to Dragapult. So Cursed Dragapult is putting into work here. Next Pokemon is King Toilet, and it's ready to rock and roll. It's got Supreme Overload now. Supreme Overload. Supreme Overload. I guess if you were King Toilet, you were going to go for a Supreme Overload. And now it's going to go for Kotal Cleave. So I was like, all right, fair enough. What I'm going to do is go for Infestation here and try and trap it in. It went for Sucker Punch, so that was pretty lucky I went for Infestation. I guess they expected maybe me to try that or go for Infestation, but regardless, Dragapult is going to faint. So, good prediction there if they did predict that. Next Pokemon is going to be Crabominal. It's a punching set, all the punching moves in the world. We've got the ability Iron Fist, and of course, I've given it Punching Glove. So Punching Glove does not stack with Iron Fist, so another nice redundant item. King Toilet went for a Metal Burst there. The toilet was trying to flush and it failed. Now, Metal Burst only works if you are actually going second, which it didn't, but it turned out to have a Focus Sash, and then it took me out with an Iron Head. You wouldn't read about it. So that's the end of Crabominal, but a pretty good performance there. That was a Max Health, Max Attack set with all the punching moves you can poke a stick at. Now, my next Pokemon, this is funny, was Lurantis with Contrary. So Contrary gave me a boost there from the Sticky Web, which is pretty funny. I've got Leaf Storm, Pollen Puff, Hyper Beam, and Terra Blast Water. Now, the item on this one is Contrary Mirror Herb, which is like the worst combination ever. So this is really, really funny, right? So I went for the Leaf Storm. I got my boost there, nice stuff. And out comes the Tauros Blaze. So I'm thinking, well, I'm going to have to go for a Terra Water here. Maybe I should try and get another Leaf Storm up. Now, this is funny. I got an Intimidate drop, and then they abused my ability with bulk up, so drop my defense and attack, and then the Mirror Herb come into effect and activated and did those stats back again. It was pretty funny. So I just went for our Leaf Storm again there. I wasn't sure whether I wanted to use my Terror either. I thought I might be able to feint it, but unfortunately I didn't. So this turn I was like, well, I know they're definitely going to go for probably a Raging Bull or a Fire-type move at least, so I'm going to be going for a Terra Ward here. Now, this gives Lurantis great coverage against any Fire-type Pokemon. You know, it's a bit of a surprise too. Poor Lurantis, I was going to do like a physical superpower set, but Lurantis lost superpower, so I can't do the superpower contrary set anymore. So here comes the Raging Bull. I managed to live that there with a Terra Water, and I finished him off with the Terra Blast. I think I would have one-shotted that on the initial turn there, but I wanted to try and get some Leaf Storm up, and I wasn't sure what was going to happen there. So that's the end of the Bull, so things looking really, really good. Out comes the Noivern here. So Noivern's going to go for a Boot Burst, is a special set, and that is going to be the end of my Lurantis. But that was awesome. I got my ability and even Mirror Herb to activate at the same time. Next Pokemon is Covert Cloak, which is my Vivillon. So we've got Shield Dust and Covert Cloak. So virtually, you could say this whole team had no items because those items never ever came into effect. Well, that was the whole idea. Like, people like to see these troll teams. So I got blown away there by Hurricane, which sucks. That was a Iron Defense, Poison Powder, Confuse Ray, Struggle Bug set, max health and max defense. So there wasn't a lot I could do there. Now I'm going to bring out Iron Bundle. It's a physical set, so I've got Ability Shield, and I've, of course, got its ability, Quark Drive. So Quark Drive's ability cannot be, like, you know, changed. So that's why I gave it Ability Shield. It was a physical choice band. It said I've got Flip Turn, U-Turn, Ice Spinner, and Play Rough. And yeah, I got wrecked there by a Draco Meteor, sadly. However, it's got a Jetpack swapping it out, which isn't a bad move there with the Draco Meteor. So next Pokemon, so the second last Pokemon is Hatterene. All I've got left now is my Loaded Dice. Now watch this. This was pure content. So I went for a Shell Smash here because I was thinking, well, I didn't really want to use Shell Smash, but in this situation with a Noivern, it's very speedy, and with a Sticky Web on the field, I had to go for at least one. I was thinking I had to go for two. So now watch this, right? The opponent has gone for Skill Swap, and they've got rid of my Skilling and gave me Healer. That's actually mean because Healer's not going to work at all. So I went for another Shell Smash. I really had nothing to lose here. I felt like, well, I'm probably going to lose anyway because Hatterene is going to one-shot me, but I need two Shell Smashes to outspeed the Noivern there because of the Sticky Web. So I got those Shell Smash boosts up here. Hatterene is going to go for a Side Shock. I'm like, oh, this hits me on the defensive side. I might actually live this. And I did live it, which is really cool. Now I'm going to go for a Scumbag Icicle Sphere, and that is going to be more than enough to take it out. The funny thing here is I'm actually using Loaded Dice, not Skill Link anymore. So I was like, wow, I can't believe this is actually working. So the next Pokemon is Noivern. Now my moves, as you got to see, or maybe you didn't, was Rock Blast, Icicle Sphere, had Snowscape, and Shell Smash. So we got a Terria as the very last Pokemon. I just went for the Icicle Sphere. I had nothing to lose. And then they Terra Steel. I'm like, oh no. That's going to resist it. In fact, they resist all of my moves. So I outspeed, which is cool. I've got one off. I'm like, okay, well, I can land at least 4 here with Loaded Dice. I've landed 4 of them here. And I got 5, and I took it out there, and they Rage Quitted. Loaded Dice, Skilling Cloyster, only on PIMPNITE channel. You're not ever going to see that again in your lifetime. If this video doesn't get a like after that, I don't know what, people. I hope you enjoyed it, though. I've been waiting like 5 days to get some funny content with Loaded Dice and Skilling, and man, that was... I can't believe that. Imagine Rage Quit. They even had Frisk too. I even nicknamed the poke. I guess they were probably thinking that I was trolling with the names. I don't know, but whoever that was, I know you are salty. Next battle here, this one is against Nadab, and we got a Metal Pickle. I'm in a bit of a pickle here too with my Vivillon, but man, that was crazy. It was a beautiful, beautiful trolling moment there. I'd have been really salty, though, if I only landed 4 with Loaded Dice. So we're going to go to our Dragapult here. It's got an Air Away, so it's a Technician set. This is going to be hitting really, really hard. So I have to get rid of this Pokemon as a threat. So the Terra Scissor here, it's actually going to be a Terra Flying. So that's going to be boosting the power of that Air Away even more. So once again, I was thinking it was like the first battle. I'm going to go for the Disable here. So at least I can disable that powerful flying type move. So that's not going to work now. So I've sort of shut Scissor down there, at least on the flying side. That's going to go for Bullet Punch here. Bullet Punch does a lot of damage, but since I'm running Max Health, I managed to live that and get a curse off on Scissor, which is really, really good. This, I don't know, this speedy Dragapult with curse was actually pretty good, you know. It was quite a wild troll set. So Metal Pickle's going to take some damage here on this nice pickle-free video. And the next is going to be my Covert Cloak Vivillon. So last time I got absolutely destroyed with this, and we've got the Scissor swapping out, and we've got the Fortress coming in. So I went for Poison Power. I was like, man, that's unfortunate they swapped in a Steel type. So now I went for the Iron Defense here to boost my defense. Now, since it was called Cat, I was thinking, does this have Explosion? Anyway, so Gyro Ball is going to do nothing. It's not often like Vivillon would take a Gyro Ball so well there, and I went for the Confuse Ray. So I've got things going for me now. Like, things are looking up here. Now, Fortress actually gets through the confusion here and has Explosion. I knew that it would, and Explosion is actually really shouldn't be doing too much here to my Vivillon. There is a normal jam, but I take that really well. Now, if I wasn't running Max Health, Max Defense, and got the Iron Defense up, I would have got wrecked, you know. Next Pokemon is it's another Tauros. That's going to go for a Raging Ball. Unfortunately, I was already on a low amount of health there. I want to say I would have lived that on full health. You know, would have been funny to see. Next Pokemon, wow, this is Deja. Look at this is Deja Vu. So I'm going to go into Lurantis here, and I'm going to go for Terra Water, like, directly now. I'm not going to play any games here because I am going to get shredded by Raging Bull. So I've got the Terra Water going for me, which is good. I can go for the Terra Water. Will it be a one-hit KO after seeing the Sunny Down? I'm like, no, it's not going to be, but it's still going to do some okay damage. So go for that Terra Blast Water. This fire move, if I did not, Terra would have been doing a lot. So that is going to be a 3-hit KO. Pretty impressive still. Now the Bull is going to swap out, not liking that water matchup, and in comes with the Kensei. Oh, it's a Gallade, I see. So I'm going to go for Terra Blast Water. This is going to do donkeys because the sun's up. You know, Gallade's got pretty good special, and it's going to be clapping my cheeks there with a Sharpness Leaf Blade, I believe. I mean, I think Leaf Blade would have taken me out regardless. So that's going to be the end of Lurantis. These are some pretty scary sets here. So going into the physical Iron Bundle with a Choice Band, and thank goodness Play Rough takes it out there. I don't think I had any other answers to that. Next up is Jiggle Wiggle. Jiggle Wiggle, okay, that's an interesting nickname. I like Jiggle things. So we got the Cloyster coming. I'm talking about Jelly, of course. Now, we're going to swap into Cloyster. Cloyster gets hit hard by a Hyper Voice. Now, I got to mention them. Now, this Cloyster, I actually changed it up a little bit for the couple of battles. So I did like a Shell Smash one for a while, and then I changed it up to like a bulky one. So this bulky one had Aqua Ring as Snowscape instead of... the Shell Smash, Aqua Ring instead of Shell Smash. It's still had the Snowscape. Anyway, so unfortunately, the Wigglytuff is going to take out my Loaded Dice Cloyster. It's all good. I've got my Iron Bundle to come back in here. You know, Cloyster's softened it up a little bit, softened that Jello up a little bit, and that's going to be an of the Wigglytuff there. So that's good, you know. The flip turn was a success. Next Pokemon is the Crabominal. I've got my big old punching gloves. They're ready to go. Out comes the Metal Pickle here. It is flying, and hopefully it's going to be dying. And I'm going to be going for a Thunder Punch. I lived the Bullet Punch, which is pretty good. Sorry, I went for the Ice Punch. And that is the end of the Metal Pickle. It got thrown in the bin because this is a pickle-free video. Now, that's the end of the season. There's still more Pokemon left. There's a Spiritomb and a Tauros. Out comes the Spiritomb. It's got the pressure here. I actually outspeeded it, which is pretty cool. I was running I think I ran a little bit of speed in this. I think I run by 100 speed, rest in attack, and then 252 in health. Anyway, Punching Glove is gone. I've got my Iron Bundle left. I'm thinking, well, I have to go for Flip Turn. I've got Choice Band, so, you know, that's going to be super effective against the Tauros. Nothing really else is going to do much damage. Last Pokemon is the Paldeer and Tauros. I'm going for Flip Turn here. It doesn't take it out. Its attack is kind of bad, and the defense of this Pokemon is really nice. However, I've got nice defense, so Zen Headbutt is not going to touch me, and that is the end of the Tauros, and that's also the end of the second battle. Hope you enjoyed this one, people. Thank you to Dad for the battle there, cool team. And let's get, what's that in the background? Goldengo sleeping on some ice cream. So we got a third battle here against the Prince of Saiyans, Prince Vegeta. I'm just saying. Now, the first Pokemon here is going to be Lawn Ornament. Now, when I was a kid, right, I seen like there was these lawn ornaments exactly like this, and they were all in different colors. So, like, what I did, right, it's called I think it's called like cow tipping or something like that, but this was bird tipping. So let me explain what cow tipping is, right? So there's a bunch of cows sleeping at night and you push the one cow, it's like a domino effect. But this time I did it with a flamingo statue, so it was flamingo tipping. Anyway, so back to the battle, there's just a funny little story for you. I've got this Dragon Ball, right? I went for the curse, and unfortunately I got clapped by a special flamingo. So it's like a scope lens focus energy set. That's one powerful Lord Ornament. Now what I'm going to do is go into Iron Bundle here. I need something to outspeed this, otherwise I'm going to get destroyed. I'm going to go for the Ice Spinner, and that is the end of the Flamigo. That was a very, very scary set there. I don't think that critical hit mattered at all. I'd say my opponent would have probably put everything into speed and special attack. Next Pokemon is Corviknight. It's working that body. It's flapping their wings up and down. We're going to do some aerobics right now. Flap your wings right now. People, what you do is you grab your arms, put your hands onto your shoulders, right? And then move your arms up and down. That's how Corviknight feels. You got to keep doing that, right, to work out. So we're going to go into Vivillon here. I'm going to be honest, this Pokemon really scared me because I'm thinking I can put a confusion on it. It's not like I can go for a poison powder. Iron Defense is going to do nothing. I don't know what to do yet. So I went into my Iron Bundle again. I thought I might be able to get a little bit of damage from Flip Turn or, Ice Spinner. And I'm just going to go for Flip Turn again. It's doing nothing. So this is very, very bad. So this seems to be like a Steel Wing Iron Defense Corviknight. So I was thinking maybe I can go into this Lurantis and give it a shot. I thought it'd be really funny though if I able to get like a crit here. So I went for the boost there on my Leaf. I got a boost, which is nice. And I'm thinking maybe I can go for like another one here or Steel Wing misses. And then the Corviknight's going to boost it up again with the Iron Defense. Now this is bad, right? Because Iron Defense drops my defense harshly. It's terrible. It's a disaster. So I'm going to go for a second Leaf Storm here. And that's going to be, I think I got like +4 in special defense now. Sorry, special attack. And the Steel Wing misses. Steel Wing's kind of, I don't know why they gave it like, basically, I think it's 75% accuracy. It's really, really bad, or 80 or something. I think it's 75. Anyway, that's the end of Lurantis. It's going to get his pajamas clapped. Now, my next Pokemon here is going to be Iron Bundle. I'm ready to go for a 1 health damage Flip Turn, and I got exactly that, so I'm going to be swapping it out. I'm sort of trying to, grind the damage down on this thing. So, the only thing I can really do here, I'll think of, is to go into Vivillon. Now, as you know, Vivillon is an absolute unit in defense here, and I'll be able to resist those body presses too, and I'm running like a very defensive one, so, that's going to be like 4 times resistance, so I should be able to live a couple, maybe get a couple of, confusions off and stuff like that. So I went for Struggle Bug, and it's got Mirror Armor, so it's going to drop my special attack even more, so, Struggle Bug was doing 1 damage before. I think now it's going to do 0.5, so now it's got Defog on top of that, so that was like all the moves that I had. So this is like a really scummy Corviknight. So Mirror Armor is going to pop for the 69th time in a row here. I actually got a couple of lucky confusion hits against this thing. So here comes Steel Wing again. I think Steel Wing and Body Press would have done around the same. Maybe Body Press a tiny bit more due to all the defense Corviknight I had, but I don't know. Like, I'm trying to take that the heavy resistance into account there. Bottom line is, I couldn't do much with Vivillon here. I mean, the best thing I could do was there, hitting itself in confusion. So I went for Struggle Bug again. That's doing a solid 1 damage. Mirror Armor is going to work again here. It's probably the most time you've ever seen Mirror Armor activate in a row. And the Steel Wing is going to take out Vivillon. So I'm like, all right, I've got 3 Pokemon left. It's time to go on the Cloyster. I'm like, I have to take this out now. So if the ice with this one, that did nothing at all. There's 2 hits. I was like, maybe 4 hits, and the 3rd one takes out. I'm like, thank goodness I had loaded dice. Anyway, so the next Pokemon there is going to be the biggest bird there. It's a Boo Birdie. It's going to go for a Rocky Payload Rock Tomb, and it has missed. What I'm going to do here, I thought this might be a physical set, so I went for the Snowscape. So with the snow, it's going to make Cloyster, Cloyster's got some pretty good bulk to it. Rock Tomb is going to miss again, which really, really sucks for my opponent there, because I'm going to go for a Skill Link, a loaded dice, Icicle Sphere, and that is the end of the bird there. It's going to fall right out of the sky, inside that bird, there's like there's a baby shelter in there, delivering it to Cloyster's mum. Next Pokemon is called Spit and Quit. Why is it called Spit and Quit for? Anyway, so the Cloyster's going to get wrecked there by Thunderbolt. That was a really threatening Pokemon there. And I'm going to go into my Crabominal. So I'm curious why it's called that. I'm like, oh, I know now. Because it used Stockpile. So I'd say the moves this would would be a spit up set. That's why it's called Spit and Quit. You get it? So Stockpile works with 3 of them. So you need to get 3 up for a max power boost. Crabominal has so much attack and... Kilowattrel's defense is like absolute garbage. So even with +1, it's still one-shot it. I know what it was, people. It must have been the punching glove. That's why I got these one-hit KOs. In comes Talonflame here. I'm probably going to get wrecked by an Ember. So I went for a Terra fighting Crabominal. I've got that big fist on top of my head, and I'm ready to use it. Here comes the Flamethrower. That was a critical hit. I would have got dropped by that. I went for the Thunder Punch, and that's the end of the Talonflame there. Once again, the punching glove coming in clutch. Now, that's going to be the end of the Snow, and the last Pokemon is going to be the Staraptor with Intimidate. So this is also a full birds team as well. All the birds you could... birds of a feather flock together, all that sort of stuff. It's all about flocking and, feathers and beaks and all that sort of thing. So we got a Terra Normal Staraptor. I'm thinking, what set's this going to be this time? And it's a quick attack set. It almost takes me out, but I do have a fair bit of bulk there. Now, since it went to a Terra Normal, that actually made it live the Ice Punch. Otherwise, Staraptor would have fainted for sure there. So I've got my Iron Bundle left here, and I was thinking, well, I think Ice Spinner should be able to take it out from here. So I went for Ice Spinner. We got Endure. I'm like, Endure? I wonder what the strategy is here. So it must have Endure or something like that. Endeavor. I went for the Ice Spinner, and it turned out it was a Focus Band Endeavor quick attack set, but they didn't pop the Focus Band there. If I'd have got trolled by that, I think I probably would have quit Pokemon if that happened to me. I would have been roasted for like every day of the eternity of my life. Thank you for the battle, Preacher with Jian. It's always fun, man. And let's get on to battle number 4. This is a battle against Dusty. There was like a family of Larvitars on that trainer card. Now, the first Pokemon here is going to be Clefki. I lost my Clefkis today. I looked far and wide for them, and then I found them in my pocket. I was very, very upset with myself. But it happens, one time, this is a true story, while we're watching this amazing content here, I was looking for my glasses, and you wouldn't read about it. They were on my head the whole time. I'm not joking. Like, I pulled them off, slid them behind my ears. I was looking for like 20 minutes, and then I put my hand on my head, and there they were. Has anyone ever done that before? Is that just like a me thing? Anyway, back to the battle there. We had this Clefki tricking me a Choice Scarf. It's a physical set too with Torment, so it's like a struggle set, which is really, really mean. Now, watch this. Now, the Clefki went for a Play Rough here. I can't believe that it one-shotted my Crabominal one-shot. Like, how did it do that? It must have been max attack with a crit on top of that. It's wild. So some more curse damage there on the Clefki. So I've got my Iron Bundle to bring in here and go for a Flip Turn. So now they're going to switch through that item back to me. And the item that I got was a Clear Amulet, and they got my Ability Shield. So I'm like, okay, that's pretty interesting. So I'm going to Flip Turn, and that is going to be the end of the Clefki. That Clefki absolutely destroyed me. I'm very glad that I didn't get struggle locked by that. So swapping out Iron Bundle and bringing back in the Dragapult again, because I got a Choice Scarf. So I thought, I might be able to make some, maybe another Curse Play. So in comes Larvitar. Larvitar's going to go for a Protect here, so I'm assuming they probably got like a Gut set. And I went for Curse. The cool thing about Curse is it bypasses the, Protect, and I lived on 1 health. You wouldn't read about it in the merchants available. So what I could do, I could swap out the Dragapult and maybe use that Curse for another time instead of just, sacking it off. So now I'm going to swap into my Lurantis. I've got my pink and white striped pajamas on here. It's almost nighttime here, but I'm a bit of a night owl. I like to stay up night times. Is there anyone that likes to stay up at night, or do you like to, go to bed very early and be an early riser? So anyway, I'm going to go for a Leaf Storm here. That Larvitar did a lot of damage there for sure, and now I'm going to get a special attack boost from the contrary. So that's good. Next Pokemon is going to be Hot Dogs. It's a Wugtrio. Wugtrio missed Triple Dive, and I'm like, yes, I got it. and then I missed Leaf Storm. I was like, oh, that's unbelievable. So, unfortunately, my Lurantis is going to die to a disrespect triple dive there from the absolute unit Wugtrio. So, the salt levels are, they're starting to rise a little bit. So, going back into Dragon Ball, at least I can make the fullest use out of Curse. So, I managed to get another Curse on Wugtrio there, and then I'm going to fate myself. The Wugtrio just ended up going, they say they would have just gone for the triple, Throat Chop. Okay, yeah, Throat Chop, fair enough. I mean, it would have fated me regardless, right? I was on 1 health. So, some more Curse damage here. Now, the next Pokemon I'm going to bring in to the 3 hot dogs. I feel a story coming on. Anyway, I'm going to get hit by the Giga Impact here. This Vivillon was wild. It managed to live a Giga Impact, which is cool. I'm going to set up the Iron Defense. So why I take these 3 hot dogs out, or attempt to, one day I had a hot dog, right? The bun was like the size of my arm, and the sausage was as big as my leg. It was the best hot dog I've ever had. I was so full after it, I ordered another 2 more. That's the end of the story. But anyway, these hot dogs, real talk, they were like thickest hot dogs ever. Like they were, I don't know, man. I'm not joking. The sausage was thick. It was super thick. It was the biggest sausage of a hot dog that I've ever eaten, right? It was crazy, and the bread was like huge on it too. Like it was the most filling hot dog. I don't even know where these were coming from. Anyway, that was the story about a hot dog adventure. This is when I went to see Lady Crimson. They had all these amazing hot dogs there in this pub. So anyway, we got some more damage there on the Wugtrio, and that is going to be fainting. That's 3 Pokemon down. Now, I've only got 2 Pokemon left. Things are looking a little bit grim here. Next Pokemon is going to be another Bombardier. About a lot of, a similar Pokemon. So we're going to go to Cloyster. Now, like last battle, I was thinking, this might be a physical set. So we've got Tailwind being set up here. I set the snow. This way, if it's snowing, I've got the extra bulk. 1.5 makes a lot of change. So with this time, we've got Rock Blast. So maybe it's a Rocky Payload set there with loaded dice. So that's 4 hits against me. So that definitely could have been loaded dice there. So that's a 2-hit KO. Now, me being a little bit of a smarty, went for the Aqua Ring. I was like, I wonder how well I can take this. So I've got the Aqua Ring up in. The Aqua Ring is just going to heal a little bit over half. Now they're going to go for knockoff instead, and they're knocked off by loaded dice. Oh no, people, I'm not going to be able to go for Icicle Sphere. Here we go. It may only hit 2 times, right? It's only going to hit 2 times. I'm very scared about this. So anyway, somehow I landed 4 hits there on the Bombardier. I wonder why. I've got no idea. I lost my loaded dice, right? How could this possibly happen? Anyway, so that's the Bombardier done. We've got 2 more Pokemon left. I hope you understood. I was joking there. And the next Pokemon is Grim Reaper, and it's going to get a Wind Rider. I was like, all right, Wind Rider's boosting his attack. Now this is going to be a Terra Normal set. So I was like, I wonder what sort of move this is going to use. I'm very curious because I know it moves pretty well. They're going to go for a Disrespect Rapid Spin. Now, if it wasn't snowing, that would have taken Cloyster out. However, I've still got Icicle Sphere, and Icicle Sphere is going to be hitting 5 times there on the Grim Reaper. And that's it. It's going to be fainted there. So they tried to get a speed boost up to outspeed my Iron Bundle, which makes sense, and then try and win from there. But unfortunately, with the snow up and Cloyster's high defensive stat, it just wasn't happening. Now, last Pokemon there is going to... They even had the tail... I don't know. I guess even Tailwind may not have outspeed. It's pretty slow. I don't know. Maybe they built it really slow. So anyway, we're going to... A Chain Chomp coming... Oh, that's a good nickname because Chain Chomp looks like the top of the head. I was thinking, what would a Pokemon be for Bullet Bill, because that represents my amazing Mario Kart skills. Anyway, so we're going to get hit by a Thunderbolt there. That's the end of the Cloyster. So bye-bye Cloyster. I've got Iron Bundle as my last Pokemon. Iron Bundle's got that really high speed. So I'm going to go for Terra, because I haven't got for Terra this entire time. And, Farigiraf has got a lot of bulk to it. So I'm going to be going for a Terra Ice Spinner and hoping that's going to be enough to take out. Like I said, it's got a lot of bulk to it. So I'm going to be going for that Ice Spinner on the Farigiraf, and that is enough to take it out. And that, my friends, is the end of this video. I hope you really enjoyed it. If you want to support the channel, make sure you hit like, drop a comment below, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.